The countdown to Christmas is in full swing, and that means many businesses will start to close their doors or start running on a skeleton crew across the festive break. But can bosses force workers to take their annual leave? We're asking employment lawyer Nicholas Maruchak this hour. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, Monika.
Can workers be told when they can take annual leave?
Unfortunately, they can. Businesses have a limited right to force workers to take annual leave. And that right is really based in two areas. One is under a modern award. There are specific provisions in an award that give businesses that right. And if a worker is not covered by a modern award, then a business has a general right to force employees to take annual leave if it's reasonable.
Okay, define reasonable then for us.
Yeah, so reasonable really varies on a case-by-case basis, but two common examples are if the business closes down over Christmas or the New Year, then it would be reasonable to force employees to take annual leave, provided they've had enough notice. If they were told on Christmas Eve, that wouldn't be reasonable. And another common example is if employees have excessive annual leave. So say if an employee has 8 to 10 weeks of annual leave, a business can force them to take annual leave just to lower their entitlements down.
Is there a way around this for workers who just don't want to use their leave at Christmas, for example? I mean, can you put requests into writing in your contracts at the start of employment?
If you're savvy enough to have an agreement in your contract where the business can't force you to take annual leave, then the business won't be able to. But many employees don't have that, and many businesses won't agree to that. So what I would suggest is having a chat with your employer and seeing if you can come to some sort of agreement. There are many creative things you can do. So an employee might agree to maybe go on unpaid leave, or if an employee might be able to do some productive work during the close down, like catching up on admin, that might be something they can do. Or you can agree on maybe taking half your annual leave entitlements, getting half pay.
All right, we have a few questions from viewers now, and your answer just then touches on some of these questions. Dean Hunt says, I think your boss can force you to do whatever the EBA says.
Yep, as long as whatever they tell you is within the EBA. Your boss can't go outside the EBA, and if they do, then there are risks of being fined.
Trump Clark asks, what happens when you sign nothing and are kept on casual for 12 months?
Well, basically with casuals, you only you work whenever you're rostered to work. So they won't roster you on, and there's nothing really you can do, provided you're a genuine casual. This
one from Sean Kavuoto, bosses can only stipulate holidays twice a year according to the AMWU.
Oh, I mean, so bosses can really force you to take annual leave when it's reasonable. So there might be other situations where it could be reasonable, say if you have excessive leave or if the business closes down, say, during the middle of the year.
So just to answer Sean's question, they can force you to take holidays more than twice a year?
Yeah, for example, if you have excessive annual leave, they can definitely do it.
Anne Singleton asks, in the construction industry, sites are closed over Christmas, in the construction industry, sites are closed over Christmas, and therefore employees are given forced leave for a minimum of 2 weeks taken from RDOs and annual leave or no pay. Is this legal?
Yeah, it would be, I believe so.
And finally, this one from Lisa Towns. We wish hubby isn't allowed to take time off any time at Christmas. 8 years counting, 6 years in a row. Really sucks when you have kids.
Oh, absolutely. And employees accrue annual leave, 4 weeks a year, so they're entitled to take it. And if a business unreasonably refuses the ability for an employee to take annual leave, that's a breach of the law, and a business could be fined.
Nicholas, very quickly before you leave us, if an employee has numerous weeks up their sleeve and they really just don't want to take them, they're saving them for a rainy day perhaps, are they able to?
If the business has a black and white right to force them to take leave, unfortunately not.
On that note, we'll leave it there. Nicholas Maruchak, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.